Monday, June 8, 2026. In a single day, the world shifted on 6 different fronts at once. A market earthquake, a $3.6 trillion gold rush, a scramble for a .I, and the ground itself tearing open. This is everything that just happened in 10 minutes. We began on Wall Street, where the day's first earthquake struck without warning. And the trigger was, of all things, good news. America added 172,000 jobs in May. That was nearly double what economists expected. A blowout report. So markets should have soared. Instead, they crashed. The Nasdaq plunged 4%, its worst single day in over a year. The S&P 500 fell another 1.2%. President Trump was stunned. Why would a strong economy crash the market? Because of one terrifying word: inflation. A red-hot jobs market means the Federal Reserve cannot cut interest rates, and the AI trade runs on cheap money. The bank Barclays put it bluntly: we are now entering a warning zone. Semiconductor stocks led the bloodbath. The very chips powering the AI revolution suddenly in free fall. Together, the so-called Magnificent Seven tech giants shed hundreds of billions in value in a matter of hours. Money fled to safety. Gold climbed. Government bonds rallied. Fear was firmly back in charge. And overnight, the odds of a summer interest rate cut all but vanished. For 2 years, artificial intelligence carried these markets to record highs. On Friday, that spell broke. By Monday, stocks clawed back a fraction. The Nasdaq up under 1%. A nervous, fragile bounce. The question now haunting every trader: was this just a dip, or the first crack in the AI bubble? Because every central banker on Earth is now watching one single thing: whether this sell-off spreads. And yet, even as markets shook, the biggest gold rush in financial history kept rolling forward. 3 companies are racing to go public at once. Together, they could be worth $3.6 trillion. To put that in perspective, that single number equals the entire economic output of France. Leading the pack, SpaceX. Elon Musk's rocket empire is targeting a valuation near $2 trillion. Its roadshow began June 4th. Pricing could land as early as June 11th, raising up to $75 billion. It would be the single largest public offering the world has ever seen. For ordinary investors, it's historic. For the first time, the public can finally own a piece of Musk's empire. Then there is Anthropic, the maker of the Claude AI and the day's quiet bombshell. It just closed a $65 billion round, rocketing to a $965 billion valuation. That vaulted Anthropic past its rival OpenAI to become the most valuable AI startup on Earth. It filed confidentially for its IPO on June 1st, one of the largest listings ever attempted. And OpenAI, the company that started it all, valued it at $852 billion. But cracks are showing. ChatGPT stalled near 900 million weekly users, missing its own targets. Google and Anthropic are closing in fast. The undisputed king suddenly has rivals at the gate. $3 trillion bets, all going public into the most nervous market in the year. Timing is everything. And there is a catch. If even one of these giants stumbles, it could drag the entire market down with it. Wall Street is already calling it the Great Listing Wave, the biggest since the dot-com era. Meanwhile, in California, Apple took the stage at its annual developers conference. The theme was clear: artificial intelligence woven into every single device you own. But Apple drew a line its rivals haven't. The headline wasn't power. It was safety. New AI features, yes, but wrapped in privacy protections and child safety guardrails. At the center, a long-promised overhaul of Siri, finally rebuilt around generative AI. It is a deliberate bet. As the world races for raw AI power, Apple is selling trust. And it lands at a delicate moment as regulators around the world circle the technology. The message from Cupertino: The fifth it has to be the safest. But beneath the APO friends, the WLA war was being fought over something else. Hardware. NVIDIA unveiled a new processor designed to bring powerful AI directly into your laptop. No internet required. It's a profound shift, moving artificial intelligence out of distant data centers and into the device in your hands. Meta went further, revealing AI-powered wearables built for the workplace. Glasses, and a pendant that sees what you see. The race is no longer just about who builds the smartest model. It's about who reaches you first. From your laptop to your glasses, the message was unmistakable. Artificial intelligence is becoming personal. And then, the ground itself moved. A real earthquake, not a financial one. A magnitude 7.8 quake tore through Mindanao, in the southern Philippines. Mindanao sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, the most violent seismic belt on the entire planet. At least 35 people were killed. More than 200 others were injured. The shaking was so violent it sent tsunami waves racing across the Pacific Ocean. Warnings and waves were recorded in Guam, Palau, Indonesia, and as far away as Japan. Entire communities were left scrambling for higher ground in the dark. Rescue crews worked through the night, digging through rubble in a desperate search for survivors. Powerful aftershocks rattled the region for hours, terrifying survivors already out in the open. It's a brutal reminder. On the same day markets quake, the planet itself can quake too. Literally. Around the rest of the world, the headlines came fast. In Armenia, the ruling civil contract party won re-election with just under 50% of the vote. Enough to govern, but short of the supermajority needed to seal a historic peace deal with Azerbaijan. In the United States, controversy erupted over the upcoming Football World Cup. Delegations from Iran, Iraq, and Somalia were denied visas and blocked from entering the country. Closer to home, the Trump administration moved to revoke the citizenship of 17 people in a sweeping denaturalization push. And in a break with tradition, a proposal emerged to put President Trump's face on a brand new $250 bill. And in Washington, a lawsuit was filed to stop a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The event is set for June 14th, President Trump's 80th birthday. So that was June 8th. A market shaken. A $3.6 trillion gamble. A planet on edge. A continent trembling, and a world moving faster than any single headline can hold. 6 stories. One single day. And every one of them will shape the days still to come. If this is how you want to understand the world, one cinematic story at a time, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.